Hello, this is WellArmedWithTacos, and welcome to another Stories from Sector 8 video. I played this game today, or as a recording, on the 15th, and hopefully I have a lot more to say about this than I did the last one. The guy I played against the last one, who played as Deathwatch, wanted to do a rematch game, so to speak, and I obliged him because it was a good win, and I felt, I'm glad I got it, but I still felt bad about it because I'm confident in saying Genes to the Cults have no place beating Deathwatch, and this game proved it. Excuse me again. Hi. Sorry, I shouldn't have tried to record these back to back when I'm so gassy. Moving on. Genes to the Cultures is Deathwatch. We played 1250 points this time, and he only brought the one assassin. He only brought the Vindicator, which means almost his whole army was the Deathwatch. I didn't get tabled, but I did not win with table presence. If the game had kept going, like if we were playing just until the first guy got tabled, it would have been me. I brought the same list as last time, except I added aberrants, I added demolition charges on the two trucks, and I added a pure strain. Not a pure strain. I added a patriarch. So everything else plus patriarch. He brought Kill Team Cassius, he brought another Kill Team, and he brought the Vindicator Assassin. So no Dreadnought this time, which didn't make a difference. Neither of us brought Deep Strike. We both brought Infiltrators. However, I did technically have reserves because my Patriarch rolled a 1 with his Genes to the groups, which means they came in, and I immediately just sent them back out. So I did have units come in later in the game, so I did technically have reserves. He did not. I lost turn 6, 3 points to his 4 points. If it had ended turn 5, it would have been my 4 points to his 3 points. So one die roll technically determined the outcome of this game. The fact that it went on to turn 6. If we had rolled and it had ended turn 5, I would have won. But not by table strength, believe me. We played Maelstrom, Cloak and Shadows, and the cards were definitely favoring me more than they were favoring him to begin with. He scored 2 out of his 4 points his final turn, which is how he was able to catch up to me like that. So I was nearly tabled. All I had left was a truck with a single hull point on it, and that was it. I'm trying to think. Was that it? Yes, that was it. All I had left was a truck with a single hull point on it at the very end of the table, trying not to get shot. That was all I had left, and that we actually ended turn 6. The die roll actually ended turn 6, so that's official. Officially, I only have the truck left. Probably the funniest thing that happened in this game, and I think I'm going to skip right to, is what happened with his Vindicator Assassin. This was hilarious, and probably the entire Ordos Assassinatorium part, like the Ordos Assassinatorium is 5 temples. The Vindicator is one of the temples. The entire Vindicator temple probably got a spanking because of this one Vindicator making all of them look bad. I said at the time, this doesn't make as much sense to you guys because you can't visually see it, but I Saruman'd that Vindicator Assassin. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, and I don't recall if this is exactly how it went down in the books, but it's easier to compare it to the movies. It might have been more dramatic in the book. I don't remember. Saruman dies because he's standing at the top of his tower, screaming, blah, 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 like, I am the mighty Saruman, whatever, and they shoot an arrow, and it hits him, and he falls down, and he dies. Very anticlimactic. That's exactly what happened with the Vindicator Assassin. The Vindicator Assassin does his thing, he shoots, whatever. What happens? My Metamorphs. Was it No, not my Metamorphs. Yes, Metamorphs. I apologize. Yes, Metamorphs. Metamorphs walk up to him, shoot him with their auto pistols at strength 3 AP mil. I deal 3 wounds. He is a 3-wound model. The opponent rolls his 3-up save. He was using cover. He had a 3-up cover save. He rolls a 1, a 1, and a 1. And from auto pistol shots, the Vindicator Assassin goes from fully healed to dead. And I just imagine him plummeting from the top of the tower of the piece of terrain and just going, dead. That was hilarious, and probably the most Trumpist way a Vindicator assassin has ever died. It wasn't even the last cannon round or something like that. Nope. Auto pistols. Auto pistols did it. That right there is funny. Unfortunate, but funny. What else happened this game? The reason why I said that Deathwatch will beat Genes to the Cult every time is because Genes to the Cult, or not Genes to the Cult. Yes, Genes to the Cult, but no, not. Hold on. Let me explain. I'm losing track here. Deathwatch have access to a crazy amount of templates. In this game alone, at 1250 points, he had 9 templates. Templates, if you don't know what a template is, it is a ignore cover weapon that is represented by a marker that tends to hit plenty of dudes. So it hits a good amount of people, and it ignores cover by default. And the majority of his template weapons were AP5 or better, usually flamers or heavy flamers, as it were. My army has a 5-up armor save, which is denied, and a 6-up cover, which is denied by the flamer, since it ignores cover. My Acolyte Icon Word, who gives everyone within 24 inches a feel no pain save, can't roll a 1 on his come-in, which means he was all the way in my deployment zone. Which means my dudes, who were over there fighting Deathwatch, did not have a feel no pain save. They did not have a feel no pain, they did not have an armor, and against most everything, they did not have a cover either. In addition to the weapons that weren't templates, almost all of Deathwatch are Stern Guard veterans, which means they have specialist ammunition, one of which is called Dragonfire. I said Kraken last time, but I meant to say Dragonfire. I apologize. Dragonfire rounds, which are also ignore cover and AP5. So my army did not get saves. What happened throughout almost this entire game was I would assault, he would kill, and I'm serious giving you a number here, like this is better than Tower Overwatch. He would kill about 7 of my people during the Overwatch, and there was only typically 8 to 10. And most of the time it was 8. And the one dude who would make it in would be Initiative 4. Both of his groups had either Chaplain Cassius or Captain Artemis, and he had two groups, and he had one of those two either in it, both of which who moved at faster than Initiative 4 with an AP3 or AP4 weapon consecutively. What's the word there? I don't know what I'm looking for. One of them had an AP4 weapon, and one of them had an AP3 weapon. You know what I mean. And both of them went faster than Initiative 4, and both of them would kill whatever didn't die. I killed quite a few Space Marines, but out of the 1250 point game, out of the 1250 point list, he had almost 500 of it standing left at the end, and I only had the 1 truck. 9 Flamer templates. Here's the problem with the Genes to the Cult. What I said, it was partially the Genes to the Cult's fault earlier when I was trying to correct myself there. The thing about the Genes to the Cult is we are kind of a glass cannon army. We pop up right next to you, and we have to weather 1 round of shooting before we can assault you. And in my experience, when Genes to the Cult assaults, it usually tends to kill whatever it touches. They're a very strong assault army. That's kind of our thing. That's our gimmick. The problem is, we rely on the fact that I am giving everybody a 6-up stealth save just by being alive, turn 1. Turn 2, I'm supposed to be an assault. I don't need it anymore. And I'm relying on having the 24-inch bubble of Feel No Pain, granted by the Acolyte Icon Word. My Icon Word was more than 24 inches away from anyone who needed the 6-up, so I didn't get my 6-up Feel No Pains. And all of his weapons, for the most part, are ignore cover, and all of his weapons, for the most part, are AP5. My army does not have a single armor save in the entire book, save 1, that is better than 5. Neophytes have a 5-up. Acolytes have a 5-up. Hybrids have a 5-up. Aberrants have it might even be a 6-up for those poor guys. Aberrants, I think, maybe a 5-up. Probably not, though. Gene Stealers have a 5-up. The only dude who has better than a 5-up is a 4-up on the Patriarch. And even then, they have AP4 weaponry, too. So when all of your guns are AP5 just by existing, and Space Marines, yes they are, a lot of guns are AP5 base, including Tau, including Necrons, including... Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. No, Guardians, Shredder weapons are AP5. Splinter weapons are AP5 as well. Maybe it's Splinter. Maybe Shredder is not AP5 and it rends. I know it rends, but I don't remember if it is AP5 base. I know Splinter is. I'll let player correct me. I think they're AP5 as well. So the majority of time, unless I'm in close combat, I don't get my 5-up armor. And even then, you don't rely on a 5-up to save your skin, even when you do have it, because it's a 5-up. It doesn't usually happen. So my army has to rely on having that 6-up Feel No Pain and that 6-up cover out in the open because of stealth to try to get to you, to try to weather that turn 1 storm. Because when I get to you, like I was explaining in the last one, even 2 or 3 dudes can really hurt a unit. And it just wasn't happening. He was dropping so many dudes with his intense Overwatch that by the time when I did lock him in combat, he would kill what's left. And I couldn't do it. This is why I say that Jinx of the Coach will lose to them every time, because for the most part they're ignore cover at AP5, and my army can't weather that. I need something. I either need my armor save or I need my cover save. If you take both of them away from me, I just crumble. Even with the 6-up Feel No Pain, I need either the 6-up Feel No Pain and my armor or the 6-up Feel No Pain and my cover. If it's just a Feel No Pain, it doesn't help. 6s, you can't rely on it. I mean, I've had times where I've had to make like 3 saves and rolled all 3 6s, but believe me, that's the outliers, not the averages. You can't rely on the 6-up Feel No Pain on its own. And when he takes away both my armor and both my cover, my army just crumbles. My dudes are too expensive to be punked like that. You buy an Acolyte who is 8 points base, and then you give him a specialist weapon. You give 2 of them specialist weapons. That is either 20 or 25 points. A 25-point upgrade on a dude that just gets squished, plus his 8 points. That puts him at over 30 points, and a Space Marine who costs less than 30 points just killed him dead. It's the problem with my army against Deathwatch. Now, I say against Deathwatch specifically because I'm sure that if somebody took a different army, like if I played Orcs against Deathwatch, I'd have a much easier time at it. Sure, he could still spam me with 9 templates, but with so many boys, I can bog him down easy. I'll suffer through the templates. I got that, because all I need to do is get there, and then I'll put a hurting on him. With my army, when my troop choices consist of 7 to 8 dudes, just because it costs so much to make him more than that, and he's able to barbecue 7 of them on Overwatch alone, there's nothing I can do. There is not a single unit that either of his 2 Deathwatch guys shot like during their turn and didn't kill. Everything he shot at his regular ballistic skill with his regular number of shots, like during his turn, not during Overwatch, with his regular things, he killed every unit. There was not a unit he shot that he could not vape in one go. And what he didn't vape in one go, or what, like the target he didn't vape, the target that he didn't shoot at all, he either assaulted, because both of his units had split fire, so he was doing one dude like bolt shot them, and then he would assault them, or I would assault him back and get vaped because of his Overwatch, because of all those templates. He had 2 units of Deathwatch. One of them had 5 templates, the other had the other 4, and the one that had the other 4 also had a 2d6 Nova. So it's like both of them were equally terrible. I couldn't touch him. I couldn't get close. And the only dudes that made it through Overwatch would die to initiative 5 steps. It was rough. Very frustrating game, but I'm not mad about it, because after yesterday, it's nice to get a win. Right now, it's a 50-50 thing. Like, he won 1, I won 1, and that's how it should be in 40k. But I feel if I fight with like Gene to the Cult versus Deathwatch, and he doesn't bring Ordos Assassinatorium, he just brings more Deathwatch, Gene to the Cult will lose every time. And the only way I can see to do it, and this is not strategy, there's no strategy in this, this is luck, this is pure luck. You have to roll enough 6s on your Gene to the Cult ambush, and just get a bunch of dudes who can charge. Because taking the D3 hits from Flamers in Overwatch is a lot better than taking the template at normal during their normal shooting. So if you can lock them in combat, they're not that great. Deathwatch is not that great in close combat. They're better than average Space Marines, but that isn't saying much. They're still better at shooting than they are in melee. So once you lock them, you can take them out. But I wasn't able to lock him because the only units that were making it there were so wounded he was able to kill what was left. It was rough. Deathwatch are definitely a pain. Definitely a pain. 9 template weapons. Yeesh. Yeesh. Ay. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Or listening, rather. This is WellArmedWithTacos. I'm signing off. And Gene to the Cult, I don't think, can reasonably beat Deathwatch. That's nothing against the Deathwatch Codex. I just think their Codex is too well designed to fight Gene to the Cult. If you play something else against them, I think it'll be more balanced. I can't say they're overpowered because they're good against one Codex in particular. Not saying they're bad against anything else in particular. I'm just saying I think you have more a straight up better chance if you fight them with something that isn't Gene to the Cult. Something that has 4-up armors or 3-up armors across the board. Like if you, I don't know, if you fought Deathwatch with like Blood Angels or Dark Angels, you'd probably kill them. That's all I'm saying. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye. Maybe might be a new story next week. We'll see.